Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Popular Decks. I'm your host Michael, and today I'll be playing this Red-Green's token deck that Matra managed to take to a 5-0 in a league the other day. Before I get too much into the deck, just want to remind you guys to subscribe down below, hit that bell icon if you want to be alerted anytime I put out new videos, follow me on Twitter if you want me to give you tweets anytime that I put out new content. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more now that things are settling down at work, and gonna have a little more free time coming up, so I'm sorry that we haven't had very many videos lately. Been really busy, but I should be able to do a lot more now. So let's get into the deck. We've got this this token deck. So it's got all the sweet token cards you might think of. So we've got Sprout Swarm, of course, we got 4 of those. We've got Scatter the Seeds. We've got some Mogg War Marshals and some Nest Invaders, kind of some of the typical stuff, but this deck is also kind of a combo deck, so anytime you cast Sprout Swarm, it's able to untap both your Nettle Sentinels and your Thermo Alchemists, since it's both a green spell and an instant or sorcery. So basically, in order to make infinite tokens, you need to have 4 copies of Nettle Sentinel and Thermo Alchemist. Sprout Swarm costs 5, and each time you play it, you get a token, so basically the next one only costs 4. So we can make a ton of tokens that way, and if we get like a really big board of Thermo Alchemists and Nettle Sentinels, we can actually start pinging them to death with Thermo Alchemist in the middle there, but that requires a lot. That requires a full 5 Thermo Alchemists and Nettle Sentinels combined. Then we've got some other Convoke stuff for some extra tokeny things. We've got Living Totem and Scatter the Seeds. Scatter the Seeds I think is a lot better than Living Totem, but Living Totem is sweet if you're like paying 0 mana for it on turn 2 or 3 or whatever. I guess you probably can't do it until turn 3. But it is what it is. Then we've got Scatter the Seeds, like I said before, makes a lot of tokens, really good with some of our other spells. Like we have some pump spells, so we've got Might of the Masses. So I've seen some people also play Strength in Numbers in this slot. I like Might of the Masses better. 1 mana is better than 2. And Strength in Numbers is a 2 mana version, but it gives the creature trample. Well, the thing is, if you have a lot of creatures, you don't need to give one of them trample, because one of them's getting through in the attack anyway, so you can just Might of the Masses that one. Then we've got some Dynacharges to help pump up all of our creatures at once. This is kind of an interesting choice. I do like it, I think, better than a lot of people would play stuff like Rites of Initiation in a deck like this, but we're going to be emptying our hand, so Dynacharge is probably better. Got some bolts. We're playing a red deck, so we've got some bolts. And then finally for spells, we've got these Burning Tree Emissaries. They don't contribute to the plan too much, other than the fact that they are just a free spell. So we can play this Living Totem on turn 2, like with a Colony Garden or a Nettle Sentinel on 1, then a Burning Tree Emissary into either a Mogg War Marshal or a Nest Invader will give us 4 creatures. Play a Living Totem, so that's just a lot of power on turn 2 that you can muster up. Land-based, nothing too crazy. We've got the blue-green, or the red-green lands. I'm used to every deck having blue, so I'm just saying blue a lot. We've got the Colony Gardens, and then we've got a couple Ash Barrens for fetching stuff out. As far as the sideboard goes, nothing too unusual in here. There's a lot of decks running Fogs right now. Just the Tron decks are all playing Moment's Peace, so Flaring Pain is a great card. Lethal Sabotage Affinity is, I believe, the 2nd most popular deck in leagues right now, so Lethal Sabotage is a great one to have. We got some Pyroblast for the blue decks, Electrickery for other token decks, Delver decks, stuff like that, Flame Slash, really for Affinity probably. But there's other decks Flame Slash is good against. We've got Essence Warden for all the really aggressive decks. Like, it could be really hard for Stompy to beat us if we gain 20-30 life in a game, and obviously it's impossible for Burn to beat us if we gain even probably 5 life. It might be impossible for them to win. Relic of Progenitus, I don't know. We're not that aggressive, so maybe Relic is okay, but I'm not a big fan of Relic in decks that are trying to be faster than the decks that use their graveyard anyway. Then finally, we've got Spider Silk Armor, and that one is obviously good against all the Electrickery decks, so it's good against like Flyers too, so it's like good against Delver. They have a really hard time getting through a big pile of 1/2 reach creatures. So that is it for the deck. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and again, Remember to hit that subscribe button down below so you can get alerted whenever I put out new videos. I'll see you guys in the games.